Woo! It's go time! Woo, woo, woo! Let the energy begin. Jamie, what's going on?
Hey. I saw repeat performance from last time. How are you?
Good. I am so pumped for today. I mean, I know everybody out there has seen what's going on. The big, how can we say it? The collab, right? The collaboration is here.
The collab. I love it. Yep. We're going to do it.
I love it. And I got to tell you, so far, and we could just deep dive into this. I mean, at the end of the day, I came to you, you have a staffing firm, yes, especially just for staffing for the staffing industry.
Yep.
And I was like, you know what? I got to tell you, Jamie, straight up, when I seen you and I talked to you at Staffing World, and even before that, when we had the idea going on, it was like, I get so many calls every week. Shark, can you save the day? Can you get me a job in the staffing industry? All my staffing peeps, recruiting peeps, talent acquisition. And you know what the common word is? They're like, Shark, I try and nobody calls me back. You're like my last savior. So I was like, here we go. We're going to swim together.
Yep. I get that a lot too. It's like, it's just the whole ghosting thing is, such a real concept. I mean, if you're going to invest the time and talk to somebody and interview them and, at least you can do is call them back. No news is good news. Even if it's bad news, you got to talk to them. You got to reach back out and say, hey, what's happening? What's changing in your world? I got nothing for you right now. The market's a little tight, but just want to say, hey.
So can we say we guarantee you'll get something back?
Oh, yeah.
99.9% of the time, we'll say.
Every ATS system that we all have has a tickler system, right? You just got to pay attention to your open activities and, call somebody back.
Exactly. So the hype is here. It's ready to begin. The industry is never going to be the same after me and you team up together. You know that, right?
Good or bad or ugly.
Woo! Let it go. Let the resumes fly. But all joking aside, there's a couple things that, I really want to talk about is like the staffing industry in 26. If you don't have key players, especially in business development, Jimmy, maybe you can break that down a little bit, what you're seeing in the market. You're going to fail. You need to get the front line out there and get the word out.
Yeah. There's no question about it. Since I've pivoted from IT staffing into staffing, and the beginning of this year, Q2, there has been an influx for us of pretty much exclusively business development people. Everybody wants business development. I just got back from the two conferences, American Staffing Association, as well as Tech Serve Alliance's Summit. And it's all about the sales process, all about the business development. And one of the things that I think goes hand in hand with that is it's one thing when you just hire somebody that's got a great resume that says they can do this and says they've done this, and they probably have in the environment they were in. But to get them trained up and to get them as more of a sophisticated seller, that's more important almost than just throwing somebody in a position because you need more market share. You've got to train them. You've got to make sure they know what they're doing. You've got to make sure they have to be sophisticated in what they're doing. We are a commoditized industry, and the only way you're going to differentiate yourself is if you do that.
100%. And you know what I see all the time, Jamie? I had 30 years experience. Well, you know what? Can I say this? The last 5 years is all that matters. You know what I mean? Because 30 years ago, you were doing filing and a filing cabinet, paper resumes. That stuff's gone. The one thing I will say with everybody that we talk to, at the end of the day, we encourage, and there's a lot of free certifications, and I'm working on one to hopefully come to the staffing industry, is AI. You got to learn AI, Jamie.
Yep. That's really popular. That's the whole buzzword of the last two conferences. And, it is what it is. You have to learn. You have to invest time in it, right? That's the key. And another thing I want to kind of throw out there too, when it comes to the market, what's going on, one of the things that I think is really hard to educate my clients and even in the OG staffing world that I was in, to let them understand that there is no 100% perfect candidate. There's no such thing.
No.
It's like when you're on a dating site and you have these checklists, when you want this perfect person, and guess what? You're having dinner alone all the time. You really need to have some awareness on being able to say, okay, this person has the ability to be where I want him to go or she to go. I think that they have it. And that's when they use expertise like ours, is that I can vet and screen them out. We can vet and screen them out and be able to say, okay, we think this person's trainable. He may not be, or she may not be 100% up to speed, hit the ground running, but if you've got to invest the time in them.
100%, you got to invest the time. And you know what? We know a lot of people in the industry pretty much. So at the end of the day, we know how to plug and play them. You know what I mean? We're just going to throw you out to a company there in tech or something else like that. Like I said, we work with everybody. I mean, technology companies, anything in the staffing industry. I am so pumped about this. But really, it comes down to this, Jamie. I mean, you can train people, but people look at the resume and say, you know what? I created $30 million. I generated this. I'm going to be honest with you out there. I don't give two shits about the numbers because at the end of the day, I could put that down anywhere. How is the proof? So at the end of the day, I want somebody that can communicate with me, understand the process, and be a culture team player. I mean, that's it.
Yes. Yeah. And they have to be able to, I mean, in one environment, I've seen it a million times doing this for 40 years. In one environment, they're very successful and they kick ass, and then they go into another environment and they flop. The culture means everything, and what they're given from a tools perspective and a client perspective, as well as delivery perspective. You have to have a strong delivery team to be able to fill those jobs. I mean, that's really important.
You know what I like, and I don't know if they can bring us back, especially in our industry, is like a day in a life. Like you go for one day before you get hired. You know how shadow? I really think sometimes that really does work. I mean, I love when you shadow somebody because you can see at the end of the day if they're quiet, because that little interview you have with them at the end of the day, it's like a dating site. You're swiping and you're like, I'm hoping. You're hoping this is a good hire. And then you have no clue.
You have no clue. That's a great thought, because there are still some out there that do that. And I think that's a really important process to incorporate into your hiring world. I think it's very important. And I also think too, one of the conversations that we had at the last summit was, we're really going back to the day of relationships. Like we're going back to, it's all about a relationship. There was a great session. Brad Rosen, one of my great friends, was in it and talked about, we're going back to making phone calls and talking to people. We're going back to networking events, and we're seeing people and we're saying, hey, we're going back. We're going back to the relationship world.
Jamie, did I ever leave? I've talked to everybody my whole life. Hugs, fist pumps, kiss on the cheek. I mean, that's me 24/7. It's like, so now the people that never did that has to go back to this. Right. It's kind of funny when we have to say we have to go back to relationship building. Isn't that part of our DNA as a human?
Yeah. Well, it should be. I mean, that's what got us here in the first place. But people think that magic bullet or that magic wand of AI or inbound marketing or, trip and driggling, what am I thinking? The cadences that, inbound marketing, that drip isn't, it's not authentic anymore. It's not.
No, it isn't. And we have to have humor. I say my famous word, Jamie, valuetainment. You got to have value, but you got to entertainment. You got to laugh, joke with them. You don't have to. And I think the biggest thing is that we bring is, you know what? Every candidate, just like us, it's teamwork. We're the coach, you're the player. Together, we're going to get you a touchdown and get you hired. That's my approach all the time. I never talk down to a candidate. I don't care how much money they're making. At the end of the day, without them, I don't have a job.
Right. And it takes time, right? I mean, in this world, especially in an executive search, I mean, you're not going to find somebody in 2 weeks. I mean, it just doesn't work that way anymore. We got to find someone that's a fit for you. And fit for not only for a job opportunity, but we have to find a fit for a company opportunity. That's just as important. The talent needs to go into a world. These candidates and recruiters and salespeople, they need to go into a world that they're comfortable in. They get to make the choice. That the new generations, they will make that choice. They're not just gonna, take the first offer. This is not how it works anymore.
No, it isn't. And you know what's funny, Jamie? And I always say this, and we both recruited on the other side. I mean, seriously, I had 10 years, and I think you have 3 decades of. So we know what the other side is. With the light industrial, I mean, day to day. That's why I got silver in my hair. Day to day labor. That'll be another podcast for 5 hours straight. I can tell you every story, but I really think at the end of what we really have to talk about and what we really need to focus here is, the person. It doesn't happen overnight, like you said. You have to vet that person. You have to talk to them more than once. Yeah. They have to trust and build everything with you, like a relationship. But that's the kind of business development person, Jamie, that you want. You want somebody, it can say, well, I have a book of business. Don't ever, I got to tell you that straight up. When people say that stuff, stop it. It doesn't work. Anybody has a book of business has nothing. Can I say that?
Well, they also have a non-compete or non-solicitation behind it. Yeah. I mean, again, I've been doing this for 40 years, and I've had one that had a book of business that she relied on when her non-solicitation ran out, and she got some business from it. But 40 years, one person, I'm not counting on those odds.
No. And one thing else I want to elaborate here, because, me and you're the most raw and real people I think around, that, you know what, when somebody leaves a company and they go somewhere else, nobody poached him or stole him. They're just not comfortable there. It's okay to bounce from different companies. It's okay. The NFL does it. You get traded. It's okay to start up somewhere else. People get divorced and go and get married again. It's okay to have a change in our industry.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is. I mean, it is. And again, IT, I was in for a long time, and I think the average tenure for an IT professional is like 18 months now. So it's very common. Again, I'm bringing up the millennials and the Gen Zs and X's. It just is what it is. It's people don't stay in a spot as long as they used to. There's no more 30-year long, talent that stays for 30 years any longer. It just doesn't with a company.
30 years? How about 30 months? That's longevity too, right? I mean, come on. But you know what? You can't even blame, like, our industry is revolving like every industry. You know what I mean? It's shaking and moving. Companies are selling, and buying, so they're downsizing. I will say, and we keep saying this over and over again, staffing industry peeps out there, if you can read my lips, oh my God. Who said that before? Read my lips, no more new taxes or something like that. But no, all joking aside, read my lips. AI will not replace you. I keep saying this over and over again. If I can say anything, Jamie, and I love AI and I go to all these marketing events, find a couple AI solutions you like, study it, embrace it. And if it's not something you like, go to a different one. There's so many different solutions, but embrace it. People say I have to learn it, like you just summed it up. You don't have to learn it. You have to embrace it because you want to use it every day.
Yeah. Well, again, at this conference I was at, the big buzz was AI, and there was a lot of pushback. There was a lot of pushback on, it's not going to, again, it's not the magic wand. It's not the magic bullet. It's not going to save my business. It's not going to grow my company by 20% or 40% or 50%. It's not. I mean, we all invest in, our tools. And I mean, I actually invested in an AI company called GoGig, and, personally, and I think that's going to take off.
Yeah.
But so there is, like you said, there's a place for it, but you have to manage it properly. Again, it has to be, you have to adapt it into your organization. You can demo, you can, implement it in, but if your staff isn't adapting it and using it, then what's the point?
And that's something that our industry, I got to tell you, adaption of all the stuff. ATSs gets the worst name ever. You know what I mean? Because they're not even using it. I go in, I use 3% of it. That thing doesn't do this. That don't do this, because they don't learn it. They don't use it to its full max. Use it to its full max. You have to learn it. You just don't come in and just hit a button and that's it. I mean, it takes time. It might take 6 months to learn an ATS system, but that's okay. Once you learn it, you're going to be a rock star in our industry.
That's the biggest complaint I hear all the time. My peers is, my ATS, my staff thinks it's a repository. It just sits there. Everything just sits there and collects stuff. When, that's your gold mine. I mean, because all these other tools, the big dog daddy that I'm referring to, it's getting very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And people aren't wanting to pay for those seats. It's a use your database then.
Well, and one thing else, we're going to a little positivity here, is hold yourself accountable. You can't blame any of the technology. At the end of the day, if I can't go to work or something like that, you have to look at yourself and you have to look at that candidate. Don't blame the technology or anything like that, because I think we have the blame game. And the last thing, I got to keep saying this, stop living in fear, our industry. We live in fear right now. AI. Everything we talk about AI is fear. I'm the one that's telling you AI, I freaking love it. I effing love it, Jamie, because it's making me smarter, right? I think I got a PhD in life now. So it's going to make you smarter if you take it and you embrace it. Suck it up.
It saves you so much time. It saves the administrative part of your day in your world, which is, just a blessing.
It is. I mean, we can go on and on about this, but we want to give some positive energy here to the industry. Seriously, at the end of the day, I know when you say AI, 80% of people cringe. Mm-hmm. It's okay, but you know what? We need change. I got to tell you, Jamie, in our industry, and I've been in other industries, we're like the last one to change. Like, we don't want to change at all, do we?
No.
We don't. No, seriously. It's like we want to hold on to that like 2001 phone book. It's like, there's our leads.
Well, we're humans. Humans don't like change. And that's our world, our workforce is human beings.
Exactly. Well, you know what? If you change your clothes and you change your hair once in a while and you comb your hair, you're changing right there. Can we change the way we do business? Think of it that way. Seriously.
Right. Exactly. You have to.
I know. So we are excited for this collab. I mean, it's going to be, there's going to be a lot going on. I mean, we're going to have more podcasts like this, Jamie. We're going to get the word out for people, especially businesses. I mean, I think sometimes maybe let's bring some guests on sometimes and, talk about, their wins or what they're looking for, their struggles. I think this is the collaboration that's, for the industry needs. It needs a shake up, and we're here for everybody. So this is something can I say this out? Lean on us, lean on me, right?
Yep, exactly. We're here for you.
We are. Any final words before we get out of here about the industry? Anything else? I mean, they can drop their resume. If it's a business and you're looking for people, just give us a call. We'll chat with you. There's no pressure with us at all.
Yep. Especially for I'm hearing a lot about 2026 and budgets being approved. And again, it takes time. So don't think that once your budget's approved that you're going to hire somebody. And even in a month, there's too many, they call it, what do they call it? The great freeze, job hugging, no one's leaving right now, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. So you have to have the expectation is this is a process.
It is. And if you have a job right now and you don't like it pretty much, be proactive. I can tell everybody out there, it's okay for you to look at another company, I won't say any names, Jamie, but I know people at Staffing World, we're looking at other companies. We won't go there, but
oh yeah,
they were like, "Hey, don't say anything, Shark. I'm going to go interview with somebody else down there." I'm like, "Dude, my lips are sealed, man." But you know what? It's okay because you know what? If you're not happy somewhere or you think they're going to downsize, you got to be proactive. We're all humans. So any company out there that's upset that somebody's leaving to better themselves, that should be a nah. Right. We all want to be better.
Then you got to just reflect on that as an organization, as maybe it's not the person, right?
Oh, that could be a big subject there, right? I mean, seriously, at the end of the day, leadership. I will say one thing: leaders out there in 26, please get interactive with your staff. Actually sit there and actually recruit, actually sell. That's what a true leader is about, right? Lead by example.
Get to know them.
Yes. Yeah. And I say this all the time. And I did a research thing on this about meetings, Jamie. Like when you have a meeting every Monday, you always know the leaders just talk and that's it. And everybody else is quiet. They need to say stuff too. Everybody should have some say in a whole, if you're going to buy a new ATS system, there should be say of everybody, especially the recruiters. Pros, cons, do the research. And then we come together as a team to decide who we're going to pick.
Well, your staff is really running your business.
Here it is.
That's it. That's the mic drop moment.
Boom. Just like that. Do you hear that silence? Boom. But that is so true. You got that right. All right, Jamie. Well, I'm so pumped for this collab. All right. So let's give me the high five. Come on, let's do it.
Oh, this way.
Wrong way. Other way. No, other way.
Oh, I'm that way.
There it is. Yep, there you go. Boom. Oh, whatever. You know what? Trust me.
I love it.
It's all fun. But yeah, definitely, if you guys are out there and you need any help in the industry, let us know. This is why we're collaborating, because both of us, we love this industry. 100%. Yep. We love it, and I love every one of you out there. So just give us a buzz. Hey, we can help you. We can help you. If not, just we'll have an energy chat. That's all good, right?
That's right. I'd be happy to share what's going on in the market.
You got it. All right, my friends, we're out of here. The collab begins now. Get ready. 26 will never be the same. Get ready, my peeps. Hey, Jamie, thank you so much. I'm ready. Are you ready?
Ready. I'm ready. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Energize in the staffing industry. Boom. Starts now. Take care, guys.